Hi, Aries. Welcome to your October, November, and December last 3 months forecast of the year. Okay, now let's take a look what's going to be coming your way for the last 3 months, and I'll be pulling out one card representing each month. Now, I'm sorry because my throat's still a little bit itchy. Okay, so I have to slow down for a little bit, and pardon me if I have to pause for a little while. Let's take a look, Aries. Hmm. Ooh. Hmm. Well, we'll still have to get down to the details anyway. Now, I have to retain all of these cards later on, and then I'll be doing the pyramid spread, okay? For the whole month of October, November, and December. And it's a general forecast. Now, the month of October for you, this is going to be very, let's say, flourishing and rewarding month for you. This is a time of new beginning. If you're also thinking of investing or changing your work, changing your job, or if you will ever have that recommendation, increment, or promotion, or at least to be transferred to another department, this is the month of yes. This is the month where your wishes will be fulfilled and where you will be reaching the top and you'll be on top. A lot of your peers will be recognizing your efforts and your contribution to the community and to your establishments, and even your superiors, your boss will be very pleased with the performance that you've done and that you have that you have shared for the whole year of 2017. Now, this is also a good month for finances. I feel like some of the Aries people will be taking an auto loan or a car loan, or will be getting a new car and will be selling off their old ones. Okay, just because that they'll feel like this is the time where I have to splurge and I really have to at least see the fruits of my labor and something that I have worked hard for. So, some of you will be indulging into something new gadgets, new clothes, new cars, new phones, and stuff like that. House, and major properties, you have to hold it off for a little while. Um, if ever that you have an investment in the stock market, your shares will be rising up by the end of the month, but don't gamble too much. Just leave it as it is because it will be um, let's say it will just double up on its own without you gambling, without you trading. Okay? So be careful in doing those kind of things and be careful in being so greedy because you will definitely lose them. Now, in the month of November, you will be a little bit charitable and generous, to your relatives, family, friends. Just well, you'll be overly generous and giving this month. So, to the extent that you will also be a magnet to those people who's very, um, not really opportunistic, but more of people who be taking advantage of you just because that you have something and they don't have it. So, people will come to you to to loan them money or to borrow this, borrow that, because they know that you're in the mood and it's like you're celebrating for your victory, but be very careful. If it's not really necessary for you to loan money to other people or to one particular person, especially if you feel like they're only going to use that to splurge or to buy something that's trendy right now, don't. Hold it off. Because someone else will be asking you for help by the end of the month that is very, very necessary, and this person's either relative or family member is in the hospital. Okay? So try to reserve that. There are two, one water sign and one fire sign, who'll be asking you and will be making up some stories just for you to give them money or just for you to loan them money. Don't. Because at the end of the month, around the month of November, there is somebody who will be needing your help. And when this person comes to you, then of course you're already dried up because you've already loaned it to the wrong people or wrong person. Okay? The month of December, Work increasing, money is coming, but you'll be overworking. It seems like your dedication and your passion for your job will be imprisoning you and will be isolating you to the extent that you will no longer even, care about the holidays and the family gatherings that only happen once a year. So at this point, your work will be consuming you. For those singles, don't expect that you will be meeting a Christmas love. Okay? Um, I feel like some of the Aries singles, you will be spending more time with your friends and with your family. But as far as finding real love, okay, this is not really the right month for you. All right? So let's take a look at the details. Let's set this aside for now. Let's take a look. And this is for the month of October. Mm, 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 mm. Money. We still need clarifications for this, okay? So I'll be pulling out, okay, let me shuffle again. I'll be pulling out more cards later on. For Aries, people who is actually the breadwinner of their family, and especially if you're a woman, expect that you will still be the father of the family or the breadwinner at this point, okay? Don't expect too much from the person that you're married with or that you're partnered with right now, because nothing is going to happen to you. But at least you will be fulfilling your wishes. Don't be too indecisive when it comes to love. I'll be pulling out more clarifications later on, okay? Alright. Well, I'm not really sure if it's the cards that's uneven, or maybe it's the camera. Anyway, let me fix it. Anyway, you can see it all. So, when it comes to your finances, as I've said, that you'll be rising above, okay? But when it comes to your personal relationships, to your family, to your marriage, to your partnership, there will be some insecurity issues, okay? There will be some issues when it comes to who earns more, who's higher, who's more professional, who's more successful. So, especially if you're with a water sign right now, expect that there will be some, not really competition, but more of anger, okay, coming from jealousy and insecurities, but not anger towards you. So, if you have a very short temper when it comes to your relationships and to your partner right now, it is much better for you to walk away for a little while or to just walk it off instead of, you know, blasting and uh, having that big fight that might lead into a big separation. Your partner right now will make you feel like it's not you who's the loser, but it's them. But they will make you feel like you're such a very insensitive and you're like this, you're like that. Okay, that you don't really care about their feelings. So spare the insecurities and the drama. What's important is that you are more successful right now. Of course, that it will sink into you that what's the point of being successful if I'll be losing my marriage or my relationship or the person that I really love. But please put this in your mind. If that person really loves you, if that person is really with you, they are not going to be blocking your way. Instead, they are going to be pushing you up. They're not going to be afraid to go even under you or to at least let you step on them so that they can lift you up. They can support you. Because relationships should be all about team building and being a team, working as a team, and not as competitors. So, if your relationship right now is already in this kind of status or already in this kind of situation, think long and hard again if you really deserve this kind of person. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Virgo. Virgo, I don't really feel like they're going to be very insecure when it comes to money, finances, and work. But they will be insecure when it comes to their ego. Okay? In fact, if you're actually with a Virgo right now, they'll be more proud of you. But don't expect commitment and don't expect loyalty and fidelity from them. Now, financially, I feel like you'll be doing so good and so okay this month. In fact, that you will have some, problems balancing other people's jealousy and stories that they will be mocking behind you. So just try to shrug it off because that's just normal for a person who's actually going up and who is continuously soaring up high. So as as you proceed and as you go up, expect that you will be earning some enemies on the way. Now, if you're also thinking or if you're also planning, desiring, wanting or wishing to have a baby at this point, I feel like this is also a very fertile time for you. Okay, this is a very good moment for you to conceive, especially if you're in a very stable and mature partner. Okay, but if you're in a very chaotic, unstable, inconsistent, and immature kind of a relationship, think long and hard again if this is really the right time. But if you're already pregnant right now, of course, you have to proceed and you can do it on your own. But don't expect that your partner will be there to support you, because this month is not really good for you emotionally. Now, the happiness that you have, the happiness that you will be starting, the happiness that you will be rejoicing, that you will be celebrating, feeling, and you will feel so elated that a lot of people are kind of pushing you, congratulating you. A lot of people will be like, offering their help and would like to be your friends and would like to be around you. Your partner will try to create a drama just to walk away from you. So expect that there will be some changes into your home environment this month. This is not going to be a permanent separation, but there is somebody who will try to get your attention by walking away and acting so childish. Somebody will also be going home frequently drunk and full of heavy heart. Well, it just seems so sad to think and to look into that situation that instead of the person that you least expect to be there for you, to cheer you up, to celebrate with you, and to at least shout it to the whole world that I'm with the most successful person, they're the one who's just going to try to bring you down. So this is the downside of your success for this month. I also feel like for those Aries who's into the music industry, there will be a big break that you will be signing receiving or an email that will be reaching out to you around the around the day of 25th, this month of October. So good for you. And it seems like your dreams will start coming true. It's just that somebody will be lying to you and will be breaking your heart, just to distract you. It just seems so sad that sometimes we always end up with somebody that we don't really deserve. Okay, yep. Speaking of being selfish, you have to learn from your past mistakes. Don't try and don't even expect that time will just try to heal on its own, or time will just, change someone. You have to accept them for who they are and you have to adjust. Instead of expecting something good that's going to happen along the way, but it's never going to happen. And that is going to be even more painful and hurtful. Expect that your partner will always be like this. So it's time for you to make a big decision. Now, well, for Aries, who's actually with the fire sign, definitely they will be walking away from you, and or they will be planning a travel or journey without you knowing, so that you'll miss them and so that you will chase them around and think that they might be, gone for good, but actually they're not. They're just playing hide and seek with you, okay, so that you'll chase them down. Now this month, sexually as well, the person who's very insecure in a relationship is actually the one who's gonna indulge into what do you call this, like a side chick or a side dude, or will commit infidelity just because that this is the only way for them to bring back their ego or to gain back their ego, because you're so successful they can't really reach up to your level. So this is the way for them to prove that I can be somebody. I can make somebody chase me down and boost my ego. So this month, even though financially and professionally you'll be so successful and your career will be blasting, it seems like your romantic life is kind of plunging down, or will be plummeting down. So you need to be a little bit more careful and don't try to whisk this off your mind just because that right now, or you're in denial right now that your relationship is in a very perfect shape and that your partner right now is too perfect, okay, for this to happen. For Aries, who's actually with an earth sign, I don't feel like the two of you will be bickering back and forth, but I feel like there will be a little bit of sulking. Okay, your earth sign partner will be very proud of you and will be supportive of you, but it's you who will be neglecting their needs and who will be and that you will be neglecting them at the time of your celebration while people are praising you and while people are lifting you up so high. Okay? Now, when it comes to your health, by the way, because I feel like your partner, because you'll be so busy, you'll be like so preoccupied, and you will have a lot of things to do, and there will be a lot of invitations right and left. So you'll be so preoccupied, and there are times that you will just suddenly neglect that you also have some obligations to your partner, and that is what's gonna happen. Fire signs. Fire signs and water signs, definitely they will have their own entertainment, okay, to push you away. And for earth signs, it seems like they're gonna have their own world for a little while, at least for this month. And it's not just to get your attention, but they are just trying to adjust and compose themselves, okay, that you always sidetrack them. Now, when it comes to your health, I feel like you will have a very sound health right now, except that be careful with fish bones. Okay? Because I feel like there is a very large fish bones that will be stuck in your throat because for some reason you're not really expecting that there is in what you're gonna eat. And I can say a minor hospitalization. Plus, you need to stop smoking or you need to find an alternative. Okay? Also, be careful with stingrays, jellyfishes, and too much sun or basking in the sun. Well, especially for those places who's not yet cold right now. Now, you need to check your eyesight and you need to check your balancing. Okay, you will also have some ringing in your ears. You will feel nauseous, and you will somehow feel like you're just gonna drop on your left side all of a sudden. Okay, especially you will feel so woozy in the morning and in the evening. You will also feel all of a sudden that while you're drinking or while you are doing something, um, around in the evening or early in the evening, your eyes will start getting blurry for just for a few seconds, and then it will go back to normal, and then it will happen rapidly. Okay, for a few times this month. So it's much better for you to check out with your doctors. It's not just with the optometrist, but I feel like with your neurologist. Okay, because I feel like there's something to do with the nerve in your brain. Okay, now let's take a look at your oracle cards for this month of October. All right. It's a little bit dark. Let me open the lights. Hmm. Well, be careful if you feel like just because that your life, your marriage and your partnership is already crumbling down right now, and then you'll have the courage to flirt around or to at least, you know, seduce somebody. Just because that your pride is suffering right now, that instead of your partner being happy for you, it's not. Okay? So cheating is not an option, and don't even flirt with somebody else. There is someone around you in your workplace who will try to. This person is also married, and who will try to be with you, or who will try to, flirt around with you, even though both of you are already taken. Just be careful in making a decision, and just be careful in, going for this person, because there will be a very long term bad consequence that's going to happen if you're going to choose to go for this person. Now, the answer to your problem right now is to give your partner an attention. Even though, okay, even though that you've already given a lot of things. But if you really want to save up your relationship, your marriage, or your partnership right now, take your partner on a holiday cruise or go on a travel. Okay, renew your honeymoon, and it's not yet too late for you to fix your relationship. Just because that you feel so overwhelmed and burned up with a lot of things, um, you still have an obligation to your partner and to your relationship. So it's not yet too late to fix it. Okay. Now, for the messages of the spirits, serenity, the most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. Whatever problems and whatever, hang-ups that you've had in the past, or that you have with, with your partner, some unresolved issues, it's time for you to whisk it off, and it's time for you to unload your excess baggages, and it's time for you to forgive and forget. Move on, move forward. Okay? So you have to travel lighter, and you have to learn how to remove that anger and resentments in your heart. Happiness will be restored. That's guaranteed. Stay connected. We're all born connected to spirit, often known as the divine source. Yet many of us have a tendency to pull away from that connection as we journey through life in the physical world. Now is an important time to reconnect to the source. To the source, meaning you have to restore your faith, and you need to, um, you know, have some faith what the universe has in store for you. And don't try to fight the changes that life is trying to lead you on. Okay? Now, gratitude, life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. See? Giving and receiving. Let go of your angers, whatever, if, what your partner had done to you. Let them have their own karma. Let karma do its own work and do its own responsibilities on them. What's important is that you'll be doing all the positive things, and you'll have the good karma that's gonna come back into your life. Okay, you don't have to get back at that person who had actually hurted you. Let them have it their way. Okay, karma will eat them up. Now, when it comes to your life purpose, let go. There are some things that you just need to learn how to let go, and to um, accept whatever life is trying to give you. Stop holding on to something that doesn't really belong to you. Okay? Counseling, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for like a career change, you're good in listening. You're good in advising. People do listen to you. Plus, I feel like at this point, you also need to go for some counseling, or you also need to have a sound advice about where your life is going, because emotionally and romantically, you really feel so lost right now. Now, builder, this is also a very good alternative if you're looking for some career change or a new job. Okay, you may opt for a construction, architectural, engineering, or any type of building related jobs or career. Plus, I feel like this is one of your dreams to be an architect. So, um, you will also flourish, and you can have a very promising career in the field of construction or real estate. All right, so let's proceed to your November forecast. This is the month of December. Okay, let's set this aside for now. Hmm. If you're not going to be able to fix your differences in the month of October, then definitely there's a sure separation that's going to be coming your way in the month of November. Yet, in exchange for this is another victory. Some Aries will be receiving recognition, awards, rewards, and much recognition. Also, public recognition as well. Mhm. I don't know why the cards are always uneven. Alright. Well, even though this is a month of giving and receiving, one, there is somebody from the past that's going to come back into your life. Second, if ever that you're not going to be able to fix your problems and your differences during this month, there is a sure separation that's waiting for the two of you. All right? But what I can advise you is that even though you don't want to lose the relationship, and even though that you don't want to lose your partner, let them go in their own way. Let them see the life in their own way and let them have their own karma or let them have a taste of their own medicine. Because at this point, even if you will try to chase them down, stop them, and tell them that, what do you want me to do? Like, just tell me, I'll do it for you. You want me to quit my job? I'll quit my job. Which is obviously that's going to be the craziest thing that you're ever going to do because there is a sure success that's waiting for you by the end of the year. But of course, some of the people or some of the Aries people right now who really love their relationships and their partners so much and feels like their life is not really worth living for if they're going to be losing the one that they love. That's actually codependency. Okay, that's not even healthy. So, so you have to let them learn their lessons in a hard way, and let them learn that life is not that easy. That every time there's something that you can't get, and you're just gonna walk away. And it takes a little bit of patience and discipline, but eventually they're gonna get there. And don't you worry about losing these persons for good because they're still gonna come back. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna be missing out Thanksgiving and Christmas, but at the end of the year, definitely you're gonna kiss and make up. Okay. Now, having a rebound is also not really advisable for you at this moment because you are just starting a very good, let's say, very good and solid foundation of your career. That if ever that you're gonna get involved with somebody out of spite and out of you know revenge, just to get back whatever you've lost, even if it's your ego, it's not really advisable for you to be with somebody or even casually or seriously. Okay? This person that will be hovering above you or around you, this person is already married. Okay, and it's kind of a player. Although they look very convincing, sincere, romantic, sweet, and very swooning. You don't really have to you don't really have to judge them with how they look and how they appear right in front of you. Because right behind them is a mask. Okay? Now, you have to think long and hard whether you really need this kind of relationship, this unhealthy kind of relationship in your life right now, or is it just much better for you to heal, move on, move forward, and be happy on your own. Because you will be happy, you'll be so preoccupied, and you'll have a lot of activities. Okay? I also feel like some of the Aries people will be getting involved into a lot of physical and healthy activities this month, just for them to get preoccupied and get back into shape. Now, because even if you will try to, to get involved with somebody, you will still gonna think about that person from the past. You will somehow feel like, like, so what? If you're gonna leave me, I can find somebody else. I can replace you with 10 men or women if I want to in an hour. But that's not the right way to heal, and that's not really the right way to, to get over the pain. The right way for them to learn their lesson and to show them that you are better off without them is to be successful, be happy, be radiant, and take good care of yourself. Love yourself. Okay? Now, um, for this month of November, I'm sorry, this month of November, you need to be a little bit careful with some blood poisoning. Okay? Camel's milk doesn't really taste so good, but it is, it's very nutritious, it's very healthy, and it will be good for you to fight the big C. Okay? Now you need to take the trip to the doctor. You need to go for some general checkup, and you need to opt for some um well more on tests than medications, but it has something to do more with your blood. Okay? Also be careful with some high blood pressure, pain in your shoulder, pain in your nape, increase of menstrual period or heavy flow for women, and dysmenorrhea. And be careful in wearing too much high heels, because you're going to be tripping off around the middle of this month and you're going to have a sprain. You'll be off work for like 2 weeks just to get your ankle healed. Okay? Aside from that, eat some leafy vegetables. Salad and raw vegetables is something that you need to avoid for a little while because you're going to have some indigestion problems. If you don't really want to eat rice or to increase some carbohydrates, you can just blender it. Okay, you can just make a shake out of it and eat something healthy and something green and leafy. No meat for this month. It's okay to have at least once a week or twice a week, but not so much. Okay? And avoid salty food and pepper. It will just irritate your bowel and your gastritis. Alright? So let's take a look at your oracle cards for this month. I will still be uploading the weekly forecast, so this since that this is actually a general reading, okay, so things can still change and it doesn't really apply to everyone. So if you want to have your own personalized readings, it's much better for you to go and contact me in my website. You may talk to me live on the phone, live video calls, or the pre-recorded readings. I have I'm sorry, I have to keep on pausing because my throat is really itchy right now. Okay, family issues. Codependency. Oh, as I've said, codependency. This is what's actually ruining and eating up your relationship. Plus the trust issues. Okay? Whoever that has a lot of insecurities in the relationship, that's the one with the big trust issues and will be committing infidelity. Okay, let me shuffle again. 'Cause there are some cards that are flipped. Support, soul, solitude, give back. Music, family, talk to your angels. Now, there are some family issues and pent up issues with one of your parents, especially particularly with your father. Okay, that your father had some serious history of infidelity, and you feel like you're taking over the karma of your mother, or you are kind of stepping into the life of your mother before. Now, you need to forgive one of your family members, or especially one of your parents, okay? And you need to, as I've said, leave out all the excess baggages, forgive, forget, and keep on moving forward. Because this is also affecting your karma. Now, codependency, this is what's been eating up your relationship. Someone is relying too much on somebody that if ever that person is not really ready or not really available to be relied on, the other person will be opting for a rebellion and havoc. Okay? Now, there's just a lot of trust issues. There's just a lot of issues, communications, maturity, and understanding. Finances is, I feel like it's a very small percentage of your problems, but it's kind of, going down there a little bit. But that's not actually the major problem here. It's about the maturity, and it's about the pent up anger and trust issues. Now, support people come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, some you learn from, and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. As I've said that this month, there is somebody who's going to come back into your life from the past, and somebody will be moving on. So whether that this person is actually your destiny or somebody that's just a lesson to learn, that is for you to decipher, and that is for you to know. But one thing's for sure, whoever that is blocking your way, that instead of being happy for you and instead of supporting you, that's not the kind of love that you need. Okay? Now, soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. There are moments when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. It is much better for you to be alone right now, as I've said. Being in a casual relationship, rebound, or whatever it is, it's not really going to be advisable for you, as it will only create more complications and chaos in your current relationship and situation right now. Now, give back. Today's the day to cast aside normal routines and make your main purpose to serve. It is about giving back without any thoughts or expectation of getting anything in return. Reach out and touch other people's spirits, as it's highly likely that someone really needs it today. You also need to give back, and if ever, if you can participate, since that you will be so generous this month, it's time for you to participate in some non-governmental organizations, or to participate in some orphanage or charity drive or fundraising. Okay? So, this is how you will be balancing out your karma. Music. Now, I have mentioned something about music contracts or music gigs or some music jobs that, some Aries musicians that's going to be having by the end of October. And I feel like this month it will also be catching up on you. Okay? And I feel like some Arises, you will also be benefiting from the music industry if you're thinking of changing your jobs. Family is what makes you, and family is what makes you whole. If ever that there are some times that you feel like you're so lonely, you're sad, you're isolated, and you have nobody to turn to, ask for your angels. Talk to your angels, and they are just around you, waiting for you to call out on them. Okay? So let's take a look lastly at your December forecast. hmm This month of December, you'll be walking away from love. Well, not really walking away, but more likely that you'll just learn how to take away the drama of your life right now. You feel like they can be part of your book and a part of your journey. You'll be learning your lessons well. hmm But your health will not be very good this month. It seems like there is also a contract that you will be signing, or some legal procedures that you will have to go through. Well, some Aries people, it seems like the month of December, this is where you'll be making a decision of filing for a divorce. Don't drive yourself too hard just to get back into shape. you're still gonna you're still gonna be there. You don't really have to starve yourself too much, okay? Just because that you want to look so perfect. Anyway, as I've said, that there is a much recognition and possibly a public recognition that you will be receiving this month of December. Okay? And a whole new chapter that you will be starting, that you will be celebrating. You feel like you've already reached up to your destiny, to to the place where you really want to go, where you really want to be. And you feel like all of the things that you've worked hard for, your sacrifices, it's all coming into, fruition. But in exchange of that, you will be so tough and cold hearted during this month. You will be closing down the door to somebody that's just causing you too much drama, that's just causing you too much disturbance, too much emotional problems and chaos, and been driving you crazy on and off with their narcissistic behaviors and their narcissistic traits in the orders. You feel like you've already put up with so much of their tantrums and so much of their demands that it's time for you to think more about yourself. And this time, as I've said, that there are some Aries people who will be filing for a divorce and finalizing their decisions about their marriage that is not really doing good for the past few months or few years. Okay? You will be working so hard and you'll be working double. You'll be spending a lot more time around work. And as I've said, that you will be working so hard that you might, you will have the tendency to really miss important dates and important, more on important holidays, occasions, gatherings, parties, and invitations because you are so concentrated in your own. You're too concentrated in your own, in your own world, in your own success. And you've already forgotten how it is to care for other people who also cares for you. But you will also feel so detached during this month that you will be planning to go on your own trip or to take on your own journey alone. I feel like you just want to be alone for a little while and you're not really in the mood for some merriments or for some happy toastings. Okay? Even though a lot of people will try to extend their invitations to you, you feel like you just want to be alone during this time. Now, if you're not really certain about your decision, because I feel like even though you just want to put you just want to put an end to a lot of things during this month just because that someone is driving you crazy, someone is just putting up with a lot of dramas and putting into a lot of difficult and complicated situations. I feel like don't really make a final decision during this month to cut someone off. Wait until the month of April, okay? Because I feel like even though this is going to be your main decision, it will still cause you in your health, in your depression. And you don't really need this at this point because you are just enjoying, you're just trying to, you know, this is what you want when it comes to your career. And this is where you really want it to be. If ever that you're going to incur into another disturbance, then it will also affect your concentration in your success. Okay? Because I feel like there will also be very painful revelations that's going to happen during this month when it comes to the person who had betrayed you. Now, I feel like you will also be losing control much to yourself and well, since that you're already separated to the person that who betrayed you, I feel like you will be giving in to somebody that's been like pushing you and seducing you, and you'll be losing control to your, to yourself, which is I can't really blame you because of the pain that you will be going through. And this time you really need some company, but still don't fall in love and you still use your head. Okay? Now, you will be driving yourself so hard to get back into shape and be careful and hurting your knee and more likely it's your vision for the next 3 months that's going to be your problem. It seems like you need to go for some because in the month of October and November you'll be going for an MRI and the doctor will just say it's okay, and in the month of December I feel like you need to go for some second opinion about this because your vision will be going on and off. And I feel like you need to take more iron and you need to. I feel like you need to exercise more, okay? Well, exercise in the water or the water therapy. Aside from that, be careful with what you eat. Increase your intake of iodine, and well, it's much better for you. And don't stay out too much, especially late at night. And since that your vision is becoming blurry, and it happens occasionally from time to time, it's gonna be dangerous for you to drive so late at night. Okay. I also feel like be careful with some narcolepsy. But anyway, it's much better for you to check out with a doctor what will be best for your health. Let's take a look at your engagement. Stay optimistic about your love life. Past life relationship. Well, whatever that's going to be happening in your love life right now during this month, it has something to do with a past life pattern. Hello from heaven. Child's love. Dream talk. Okay, engagement. For all those Aries who's been thinking of settling down and things have, suddenly come to an abrupt end. This is not actually the final ending for you. That's why, as I've said, that if ever that there is a major decision that you have to make when it comes to your romantic life, wait around for at least 3 to 4 months before you finalize everything, before you really like cut off this person and say that it's really over, I'm done with you, I've had enough, I'm walking away. You need to stay optimistic about your love life and you need to be a little bit more patient. Okay, I know that life will be a little bit hectic for you because there will be a lot of expectations that's going to be coming from your peers and superiors, but don't take it out on your love life because you still need love and you need an inspiration still. Okay, whatever that's been going on in your love life right now has something to do with your past life. Okay, the things that you've been through, the things that already happened in the past, and your karmic debts. Now, as for your spirit messages, hello from heaven. Your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you. As much as you want to connect with them, they know you've been thinking of them and they're sending you signs and symbols to show how much they love you, to prove they're with you at this time. There is actually a spirit that's been surrounding you right now that they could feel your distress, they could feel your isolation, and they could feel that you really needed somebody to comfort you. Just tap into your inner intuition, into your higher self, and you'll be able to talk to them and feel them. A child's love. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. Well, as I've said, that there is somebody from your family member or from one of your parents that you have to forgive because whatever that's been going on in your life right now, it has something to do with some past mistakes and past karma. Now, dream talk, your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul, those here in the spirit world, can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So please take note of your dreams, the symbols that you feel like, your mind is telling you something or your intuition is trying to nudge you about something. Take note of those, and at the end of the day, try to compare all of your notes and your observations, and there is a hidden message from your angels. Now, if you're thinking, okay, whether this is the right path for you in your um this is the right path for you in your career, or if there is something else or another place where you can flourish, medical and healing field, this is also the right one for you. And all the things that you are kind of going through, especially the difficult ones, you have gone through and surpassed all of the difficult tasks that life and the universe have given you to give light to others who's about to go through your way. You're about to guide others who needs your light and your love. If you have an option, or if you are facing two options both at the same time, the choice is yours. Just make sure that whatever you're gonna make during this month, it is what you really need and not what you really want. Okay? So, let's take a look at the messages of the spirits for you for the year 2018. What is going to be coming up ahead of you? The person from the past that's going to be coming back into your life, that even though this person did not really serve you well or doesn't really serve you well, you need to be very careful. There is a possibility of you rekindling your romance with this during the month of February, but in the month of March, there will be a big breakup and final separation. So be very careful with your decision, okay? I also feel like you will try to go and travel around Europe or western part of the country, and you feel like this is what you really want to go away from, from all the chaos and problems and emotional dramas that you are going through, or that you will be going through this year. And I feel like there is a place that where you will find more serenity and peace, which is, I'm getting letter I and letter S, which is Ireland. Well, I'm not really sure about Iceland, but Ireland comes out really strong, and Sweden or Switzerland. Okay, and you will be so happy with the transition, with the decision that you're going to be making. You will also be getting involved with a lot of healthy, big, influential, and but humble people. And with the transition that you're going to be making, there is a large part of your life, or you will be moving away from the old pattern of your life to face the new beginning and to face the new you in another place or in another country. All right? So, anyway, sorry. Okay, for you to see all the cards. Okay. So, anyway, this is the overview for the 2018 for you. But still, I will be uploading the individual monthly forecast plus the weekly forecast. Okay, it's gonna take some time for me to finish it all because I'm my throat's still itchy at this point. Okay, so I'm really sorry if I keep on clearing up my throat. Anyway, if you need to have your own personalized readings and if you need to talk to me live on the phone, just go and visit me at my website at sophiaangel.net. Plus, if ever that I'm not available, Goddess of Light will be there to assist you and give her honest insight about your situation, all right? So blessings to you and have a great month of